Oklahoma where the winds come, sweeping down the plain, twisters blow away your kingdom. Noise from the Sooner State, feel it in your eardrum. Way past the beginning and we are nowhere near done. My goodness, I'm nice with it. You can snap back, hold your hat, this how I'm fitted. Getting filled up off your hate as if I need it. Why it takes on eating lighter, people say I did it. You didn't know? When I hit the road, dog cities hear me spitting flows. Meanwhile, on tracks, I'm really not your typical spiritual, lyrical miracle, you imbecile. Going harder than a tombstone. Here lies in a method that never saw its doom, though. Joints instrumentally fired by IQ, yo. Rocking like a Lucifer track, but what do you know?
Forward and I can't go back.
Oh, welcome all. This is the Outsiders Green Country Soccer Podcast, a podcast for supporters, by supporters, repping and also loving Green Country soccer and surrounding areas. I got my good co-host David with me tonight. How you doing, David?
Pretty good, brother. How you doing?
Doing pretty good. Unfortunately, Josh is doing some college courses tonight, so he may or may not be on, but we'll talk later on with him, hopefully. But tonight we are really blessed to have a great guest, good guy, great guy. Everybody that sees him, meets him, should thank him for everything he's doing. But I'm going to go let David introduce you to him.
Ladies and gentlemen, one of the co-owners of FC Tulsa, Ryan Kraft. Ryan, how you doing tonight?
Doing good, guys. How are you?
Awesome. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Just glad to have you here. We've been wanting to talk to you for a while on the podcast. Go ahead and tell everybody that doesn't know you and your brothers, what brought you to FC Tulsa and where in your history with the team.
Yep. So we purchased the team in 2019, midway through the season. Born and raised, three brothers, born and raised in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And, I was living in Denver at the time back in 2018, 2019. My older brother, JW, was living in Tulsa, and my younger brother, Kyle, was in DC. And then, long story short, we got approached to purchase the team and made the decision that we wanted to do this and help keep it running and keep it going. And then, so we took about a year or probably like 9 months to, come to that decision after looking at all the information. And then, so we pulled the trigger and closed in midway through the 2019 season, if you guys remember that one. So, and then, at the end of that year, then we rebranded to FC Tulsa. So, just trying to keep professional soccer in Tulsa and make sure that, we had a team at the highest level that we could have a team at. And, we're excited to be here. So it's good.
I know, I'm just speaking for Mariano here myself. We were here in 2011. Mario was here first game. I was about mid-season of 2015, that first season. And, there was a lot of down moments there. And when we got that email, season ticket, say, come to Guthrie Green, there's going to be a big announcement, and hearing that there's new owners, because we were excited. We thought this was going to be the next step, next evolution of pro soccer here in Tulsa, because honestly, from what we knew, the team was kind of like a stepchild of the owners. So, I mean, you had Bob Funk and, the Tulsa Drillers owners not really putting the funds and money in it. So we were excited for you guys, you and your brothers coming and being the new owners.
Yep.
Did you think in your wildest dream you ever own a professional sports team?
No, not really. It's always one of those things that you thought would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
And, when we had the opportunity, we looked into it, right. And realized that, honestly, before, like in 2018, I didn't even really know what the USL Championship was. And so, it took me a while to educate myself on what this league was about. But the cool thing was that, in 2019, we went down to New Mexico, Albuquerque, and, saw what they were doing there. I believe that was their first season, right? 2019. And so I flew down to Albuquerque and met Ron and Peter, and, they were having great success in the baseball stadium. And after that, I was pretty much sold. I'm like, wow, if we can build something like this in a baseball stadium, if they can build something like this in a baseball stadium, then, I was hoping we could, kind of figure out the same sort of thing. So after I went to Albuquerque and saw New Mexico United set up, I was like, all right, we got to do this. This is amazing. So then that's kind of when we went full bore, and, the rest is, kind of unfolding. So we're, we were hoping, obviously that, COVID was kind of a crazy time to relaunch a team, right? So we rebranded, so like you said, we bought the team from the Drillers and the Energy owner. And so then we had to basically hire a bunch of staff because, we had a couple people, but then we had to hire, at least 10 more people in that off season. Right. And then rebranded to FC Tulsa. And then, we played our first game. If you remember, we played our first game at Sacramento and had a nice draw on the road, which we had, that was a great result for us. And then we came home, and then everything got shut down the week before our first home game. So kind of crazy timing. But it kind of gave us some more time to, try and build up the front office and the marketing side of things and the branding. So it was kind of, not the worst timing in the world. So, I think our idea was that, like you said, the budget was a little, was decently small, right? So we reviewed all the numbers, and we're like, oh, we'll just, pay players more and it'll be easy to win, right? If you just increase the payroll. But it's not always how it works. So, we learned a bunch of things along the way, and, now I think we kind of finally got a good recipe, and we're excited to, turn things up a notch and raise the standards. So it's been good.
Was there any thought about not rebranding to a different from the Tulsa Roughnecks?
Yeah, for sure. It was a hard decision for sure. I mean, we did multiple focus groups. I don't know, were either of you on any of the focus groups?
I was.
Yeah, so Mario was involved. We did at least 3 to 4 different focus groups, trying to get the pulse of, current supporters, as well as, a wider group of people, and, made the decision that it was in the best interest to kind of start from a clean slate a little bit, if you will, and just kind of refresh the brand. And the idea was that, we wanted this to be all about Tulsa, right? And we want Tulsa to be the forefront of everything we do. So when people are tuning in from Seattle and New York and California, right, watching us play those teams, then, they would see FC Tulsa at the forefront and just know it hits them right in the face that this team is from Tulsa, Oklahoma, and kind of be, the gateway drug for them to, learn more about what Tulsa is all about. Right. So when it was the idea that when it was the Roughnecks, it would just be like, it would be, New Mexico United versus the Roughnecks instead of New Mexico United versus FC Tulsa. Right. So we kind of wanted to just put Tulsa in the forefront of everything. So that was the decision.
That's all. Yep. Go ahead, Mario.
Oh no, you were doing good. Go ahead, man. I'm looking up something.
No. Okay. So to me, it was a great decision because there was, if you take out the 2017 season, there were rough seasons as the Tulsa Roughnecks. Mm-hmm. And when you guys rebranded FC Tulsa, new ownership, it just felt like a clean slate. It felt like, we've been a pretty successful team since then. This will be our 3rd trip to the playoffs. Best season we've had in history, but I think that one year Mario might fact check me, but we had 3 wins as a Tulsa Roughnecks, and it kind of got that taste out of people's mouths that, well, we're playing the Roughnecks, now we're playing FC Tulsa, a much tougher team. So I think it was a great decision. New merch is always great, so we got new logo, everything always great. But you said something about just throwing money at players, but how tough has it been to find a coach that has wanted to implement your guys' philosophy and how the product you want to put out on the field?
Yeah, I mean, we've obviously had a couple of different coaches over the last couple of years, and I mean, Luke has had an amazing season, and so he we feel like we found a coach that fits well here in Tulsa, right? So, he puts in the hard work every day, and his mentality is that we want to raise the standard in practice every day, and there's no shortcuts, right? So it's just we got to grind every single day, and we can't just show up for the games, right? And be prepared. So it's the work that you put in every day. And so, kudos to him. Him and Caleb have obviously done a great job this year. And so we're really happy with where we're at, and excited for the future. So
speaking of Caleb, we're big fans of Caleb. Me and Mario, I know we talk to him. I know Mario talks to him regularly. I talk to him when I see him. Finding him from Memphis as a front office personnel to build a team, is that just as equally as important as finding players and a good coach?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, and then the other key to success is that, Luke and Caleb are working really well together, right? So, a lot of times you have a coach and a sporting director that might not be on the same page in clubs, and that can cause a lot of issues. But, they've worked well together, and they're on the same page, and it's been great to see. So, it was kind of a crazy time at the end of the last year, right? So I wasn't expecting Memphis to fold their team. And so, the moment that happened, then I think the next day I called Caleb and was like, come to Tulsa and chat with us. And so he did. And then, we hired him a couple weeks later. So it was good.
Awesome. One thing I like about Coach Spencer is, I've been a Manchester United fan, and in the last few years, I've seen no adaptability on the field. It's we're running this system and this system only, and it feels like with Coach Spencer he's a tactician. He played in this league, won in this league, and he knows that we got to be able to switch it up. If they change formation, or different sub formations, we got to be able to adapt and overcome the opposing team. So I really love that. That about Coach Spencer. He just seems to be really in tune with what the USL needs, or you have to takes to play in the USL.
100%. Yeah. I mean, we looked at coaches from all over the world, and there's the experience that he has from both a player side and a coach in this league is invaluable, right? So, and just the clarity that he has and the way he can communicate that to the players, right? So he knows, kind of exactly what he wants, and he's able to communicate that clearly and in a way that the players can execute, right? So it's about putting the players in the best position to succeed, and he does a great job at that. So.
You brought it up. You visited New Mexico and saw that they played in a baseball park, and obviously we played in a baseball park since our inception. I know a lot of outsiders hate baseball parks as a soccer stadium.
Yep.
I know. Me and Mario, we love the location of One Oak Field. Sometimes we wish that we could maybe get the drillers to build something else. We take it over there.
Yeah.
How do you feel about playing in a baseball park?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, the location's hard to beat, right? So, and that neighborhood keeps getting better, seemingly, right? So it's kind of like this catch-22. But yeah, I mean, we definitely don't want to play in a baseball park forever. So just the sight lines and the pitch of the stands, right? So if you can, at One Oak, it's kind of more gradual slope, right, from the front row to the back row. If you go to Minnesota or some of these stadiums where behind the goal, it's like the steepest possible, section. So you feel like you're right on top of it, even if you're 15 yards back or 15 rows back. So, our goal is, we're working hard on a stadium. And so, we need to continue to progress that. And so we won't be in One Oak forever. I know that for sure. So it's just a matter of time when we can, make that move.
Yeah, that's something that's recently brought to, like, I've noticed recently. So I went to a Sporting Kansas City game, and their stadium is just, instead of like that, it's like that, like that sound just reverberated and echoed back onto the field, and it's just extremely loud. So, but steps are being made by the team to, gradual steps like buying what was known as Titan Sports Complex. How big and influential has that been on recruitment and just the overall standards on the team?
Yeah, no, it's been huge. Because we have a good number of the visiting teams. They'll come, when they fly in the day before the game, they'll come train out there, and it's cool to see like these guys are like out there taking videos of our performance space and the field and just the building, and they're like, wow, this is crazy, right? So, now that we have full control of that complex, we can invest more money into it. So we've the field one, we call it our field one championship field. In the last 60 days, it's dramatically improved. So the other exciting news is that we're going to be in the final FIFA brochure for the World Cup training site. So that's kind of like a little inside information here, but we're going to announce that soon. In the coming days, hopefully it'll be official, but sneak peek for everyone. So, it's still not guaranteed, right? So we're going to be in the brochure, but then, teams still have to like select us and go through the final phases in December. So it doesn't mean we have a team yet, but, it's checking off one box to get there. So, I just say that because FIFA sent out, they probably had 7 different trips to the Sportsplex, right? So they have people inspecting the field. They have people inspecting the security. They have people inspecting the locker rooms. They have people inspecting, from an insurance perspective. It's like kind of crazy, right? So, these high standards for what, these facilities can be, right? Because they don't want just, any facility to be in the brochure. So, so it's a testament to the management and the team here that we can, raise the standard and qualify to be, hit that bar. So, so once we get a national team over there, and then, we can add that to the resume, and that will help recruiting. It'll be like, hey, we had, some World Cup team training here for 22 days in 2026. And we continue to invest in the sports performance area, in the recovery room. So I think we're one of the only teams in the league that has a cryotherapy chamber like in our facility. So we have a cryo chamber. We've got the recliners with the boots that hook up to your legs so that the guys can feel like they're all recovered, and the ice, we're getting new ice baths. And so we continue to, invest in the resources there. And so the players can, reach their full potential. So.
Yeah. I got a couple more, Mario. I'll shoot it over to you. We talked a little bit about FIFA World Cup coming in. Do you think the USL is going to need to switch to the European schedule, where you got the winter break and the season ends before the summer hits?
Yeah, I don't think so. What do you guys think? What would you prefer as fans? I'm actually kind of hoping that the MLS switches to it and then we stay in the summer schedule. And I think that would help us, but I'm kind of interested in what you guys think.
The only problem I like in Oklahoma is when college football season hits. This is huge college football state.
Yep.
And I think right now we're driving down to the end of the season, we made our playoff push. I think just going up against OU football hurts us. It's just what it is.
Yep.
I'm in full agreement with what David said. Me personally, I would love for it to be all like European, but it's not going to be. We're living in the United States. We have to kind of be more realistic that, not only we have OU football, we have basketball, the Thunder. There's an entree of stuff, starting from August when everybody's kind of enjoying their vacations, when I prefer the way it is right now, of having it start in March and end in November, December, just so you can kind of enjoy it. And there'll be more people around on vacation times for the championship matches and stuff like that. I'm not going to what I'm saying, Ryan Kraft. I would love to see that. But it's just stuff like that I personally think we should be, just stay clear. Let MLS do that. Let us have promotion, relegation, Division I also, and from there we'll see who does it better.
That's right.
But
I love the summer. I'm a summer guy, so playing during the winter. I don't do well in the cold, so I stay playing in the summer.
Yeah,
I love it in the summer. So
that's my vote. So
yeah,
I'd like to keep the calendar as is. I mean, if we switch to the European calendar, we'd still be competing with, college football, right? So it would just be at the start of the season instead of the end, right? And then
right.
um, and NFL as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one more, then we'll send it over Mariano. So there's been noise in the western part of the state of a team reforming.
what are you talking about?
How right? I haven't heard anything in a while. Do you see? I feel like it's a good thing because it gives us a close in-state rival, a great away day for us. I mean,
Yeah.
Mario and some of the guys went to New Mexico, but it's just hard for a lot of FC Tulsa fans to get anywhere because our closest rival 8-9 hours away. Do you think it's a good thing for an OKC team to reform?
100%. Yeah. I mean, I would love to have that local rival. I mean, we still have the wrench in our possession. So, if and when they come back, then we can fire that trophy up again and let's compete for it. So,
Right.
I mean, if you look at the historical ticket sales, I mean, whenever Oklahoma City comes to town, that's by far shows the biggest pop in ticket sales for that season, right? So, and just the whole season. I mean, you guys remember in 2020, 21, we had some good banter back and forth with OKC, and that made it fun and exciting. And who doesn't love a good rival? So we would love. We lost Memphis too, so Memphis was a driving distance away, but now they're gone, and so San Antonio's too far. So I would love to see Oklahoma City back as soon as possible.
Yeah, and I really haven't heard much noise from the Ozark United squad in a while. So I mean, I was hoping 2027. Who knows? Go ahead, Mario.
Well, speaking off what you guys we were just talking about, David, I would love to see Oklahoma City back. When I first moved here, my first soccer friends were Oklahoma City fans because I didn't know Tulsa had soccer fans like that. But it's fun out. Went to Skinny Slams my first year here and made a lot of friends. And they invited me to Oklahoma City game. I was like, we have an amateur team here. I'm going to stay a little bit local. And then when I found out about Tulsa Roughnecks or the USL franchise that was brought to Tulsa, I was like, yes, I have something to banter with y'all. So as soon as Oklahoma City can come back, or if Ozark United ever gets kicked off, I would love to have a local rivalry.
Yeah.
We do have a couple comments here. Sorry, Ian, for I'm going to put it on the page real quick. He told me to say hello, guys, and Mr. Kraft. And then he also asked a question that I think you already answered. He's like, he's really curious about the training facility and are the upgrades to the training facility done, and what does it entail for players?
Yeah. So, the upgrades kind of never end, right? So you can always be upgrading things, right? So I would say they're not done, right? So field 1 is in a good spot. So the field's in the best conditions it's ever been. And then this year we were focusing on the recovery in the performance space. And we did the locker room 2 years ago. So if you had never seen the locker room, just you can email tickets at FC Tulsa and they can give you a tour. So anyone that, wants to come check that out, just email our ticket team and they can arrange for a tour of the facility and the locker room. It's pretty cool. You can take pictures in there and sit in the locker, and it's a good time. So encourage anyone out there listening that's a ticket holder, email us and you can take a look and walk through and bring your kids or family or friends.
Awesome. Well, we also have another question from Ian, but I'm going to go skip him real quick for this other question. Not question, but more a comment. He said he remembers the season where he worked at the stadium and we went from literally months without a win. I think he's referring to the 2018 season when we had only 3 wins that year. But the rebound was absolutely the right move. At first, I think, Ryan, you already know this for me. I wasn't a fan because I love the history, but getting to understand, having something to start off fresh and brand new, not living off of our past, and starting something new kind of got me to be a more fanatic and stuff like that. And I love the move. I love the rebrand. I'm thinking about getting a tattoo here soon. Hopefully I can put a star. I'm not just saying something, man, but
I like it.
It's just hopeful wishes. As you can ask David, every year I say we're gonna win it all. So I'm a little fanatic like that. But
a tattoo with a star is the perfect. I think that's the perfect deal.
That sounds like a great idea.
We're gonna have to do a separate podcast if you get that done. We're gonna have to live stream you in the chair.
I will do it. I might be drunk.
Yeah.
Ian also asked, how do you think D1 will affect the payroll in the USL?
So like in the USL being D2 or
D1.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're still trying to figure out, all the details on D1. So, I think it's safe to assume that D1 salaries will be higher than D2, right? So if the idea is that USL Championship will stay Division 2, and then League 1 will stay Division 3, and then a new league like USL Premier will be Division 1, right? So Division 1 will have the highest salaries. Division 2 will probably stay somewhat similar to where they are now. They're growing every year, right? So when we bought the team, the average salaries were much lower, right? In the league right now, they're, they've doubled basically. Our average salary has doubled since, or more than doubled since from our franchise, but across the league, they probably doubled. So in 5 years, right? So salaries are going up, continuing to go up, and I think they'll continue in that trajectory.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Angela said, Angela Chartier, my girlfriend, she said she'll be the camera person taking the video for while I get the tattoo.
All right. So can we get like it's declared? So when we win the championship, you're in, right?
I'm in. I'll put that on signing. I'll send it to you. You can stamp.
All right, you heard it here first.
Angela, she does a lot of I forget what's it called, but she does a lot of certifications, so she can certify my letter for you. But I do got a couple more questions for other people. We got a good friend, Shadow Wolf. He's from Germany. Sorry, before I get killed, not my girlfriend, my fiance, Angela. She just texted me. Shadow Wolf from Germany. He had a couple questions for you, Ryan. He said, looking back, at which state were the club when your family took over? I think I'm reading that wrong. What do you feel that your biggest accomplishment was since the beginning to now? And he also says, what are you happy with, and what do you expect for the coming 5 years?
Yeah, perfect. All right. So biggest accomplishment, I think, is, this season's performance on the field, right? So, we've been in first place for how long now? Just turning around the on-field performance, I think, was our biggest accomplishment to date, right? So credit goes out to, Caleb, Luke, the whole technical staff, all the players, right? So everyone's bought into the vision and the culture that they're instilling every day. And so, I think that's by far our club's biggest accomplishment. And then what was the second question?
The second question was, sorry, I flipped off of it. It says, what was your biggest accomplishment, and what do you expect in the next 5 seasons?
Yeah. So, we expect to be in our own stadium within 5 years for sure, right? So we, in our 5-year plan is explicitly to consistently sell out our own soccer-specific stadium of 8,000 seats, basically, right? So that's what we expect in 5 years, to be consistently selling out our own 8,000 seat plus soccer-specific stadium.
Awesome. Yep. Another question that we have here. What's your fondest memory of the Black Gold Derby? as a fan and owner?
Yeah, we were at I forget exactly what year it was, but I think it was the first year we won the wrench, and we got to go to Fassler Hall and celebrate. I've got the picture framed in my bedroom. So my brothers and I standing on stage with the wrench, after at Fassler Hall was an awesome moment for sure. So, and it was good. I mean, you can't, I think winning the trophy right before Oklahoma City folded was also nice, right? Because if, now we can say we're the rightful owners, right? So we won it that last season, because if we would have lost it that last season and they would have had possession of it and folded, that would have, not been ideal, right? So, so now we can say, we've had the wrench since, 2023 or whenever that was. But so it's good.
Awesome. I have my buddy Tulsa Full Kit Wanker wanted to ask, whose idea was to hire Caleb Sewell, and thank you.
Yeah. So, I reached out to him immediately after and asked him to come to Tulsa, and then JW, Kyle, and I believe were all in town actually, and we had dinner with him that night and continuing conversations, and then so group decision ultimately, but we all got it in motion, so that was good.
Yeah. A couple more questions and we'll be done. There's mostly stadium, so I'm going to save that for the ending. But he wants to know, is there any plans for the future to add an official women's side, WPSL side, USL Women's League, or Super League in the future? And also, I want to kind of break this in with what our good buddy Kyle from Tulsa FC informed us last week of Ascension Hall kind of helping with the revenue side of the ticketing and stuff like that. If you wanted to speak on that, any?
Yeah, we're certainly thinking about a women's team. No announcement really as of yet, but it's definitely kind of in the consideration set, and it's something that we're excited to continue to figure out what the best time is to add that to the club. So
Awesome. And he also Kyle, our good buddy, wanted me to ask, from a local fan's perspective, it really seems like the club has made a shift, not just on the field but off it is as well, especially in terms of how you're scouting and landing players. Without giving away all your secrets, would you like to say the success this year comes from a competitive, different pitch to player, or is it more results of the years of hard work and slow growth behind the scene?
Yeah, I think so. I think Caleb and Luke have done an awesome job, right? So they worked in tandem in the off season to identify new players that could move the needle for us. So we made a decent number of changes, right, from last season to this year. And so I think, one of the other philosophy changes was that, in years past, we had a couple of players that were, much more highly paid than others, right? And so we kind of wanted to basically, spread that money out a little more evenly throughout the squad, right? So we'd have more people, with a deeper roster, right? So instead of having a couple of people that are really highly paid and then a couple, more people that are, near the league minimum, we wanted to kind of keep it all at like the league median and the league average, right? And so have as many people at that price point, at that salary range as possible, right? And so I think you'll see we have a much deeper team this year, right? So our subs can come in and change the game, whereas maybe in years past we didn't have as deep of a squad. So it's about, and I think just the recruitment, right? So Caleb's really good about knowing the value of the different players and not falling in love with one player, right? So it's just, if someone's trying to negotiate out of our price range and our value for them, then we'll just move on to the next person, right? So we know we kind of maintain a more disciplined approach, and I think you can see that's paying dividends this year.
Good. Well, my last question from Shadow Wolf that he wanted me to not question, but more of a comment that he wanted to give you. He said that as a German 918 Brigade member and years ago converted Energy FC fan, he's proud of what FC Tulsa has become. Although it had its ups and downs, I just want to say I'm grateful for what the Crabs did for FC Tulsa. One love and Vamos Tulsa.
Yeah, appreciate that. So I'm glad he saw the light and came over from Oklahoma City to Tulsa. So I mean, seems like a smart guy. So I'm excited to have him on our side of the fence. So that's good. I did read that. I think he's a Portland Hearts of Pine supporter as well. So another good decision. So he's got us in the championship and Portland in the League One. So he's making all the right decisions.
A little bandwagon, if you ask me, but you know.
Yeah. When did he join our bandwagon? Last year or 2 years ago?
I think it was 2 years ago, but you know.
All right. So yeah, we weren't the best team in the league that year. So
I think he came over about 2021 when OKC left and burned all the bridges they could burn.
Yeah. He was an Oklahoma City fan, then he became RGV, and then Tulsa, and that's when everybody was freaking out and saying, "Oh no, the Grim Reaper." But he's a good guy. He's the good guy. No, he's a great guy.
Yeah, luckily we can break that hex, so we're not folding, so that's good.
Yes, he is. I'm giving a little stick because he always gives me stick. But here's another question from Scissortail Shirts. He says, from the jersey perspective, how do the sponsor change to Hummel come about? And can we expect more locally focused designs in the years to come?
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, we were with, we started with Adidas our first couple of years and then went to Puma and then to Hummel, right? So the whole idea behind switching to Hummel was that, you know, Adidas and Puma were, they didn't have as many custom options, right? So Hummel, you can do fully custom sublimated kits, whereas you couldn't do that with Puma or Adidas. So that was a big priority for us. So yeah, we need to continue to lean in on that. And you know, one of the ideas we need to, I think we talked about this at the last supporters meeting, but we need to roll out a supporter, like a contest for the supporters to design a kit for you know, have like a knockout round where we vote on supporter design kits and may the best design win. And we can say we had, you know, however many designs. So do you think we should roll that out?
I'm full on board on that. How about you, David?
How many?
Oh yeah.
How many designs do you think we could get from the fans and the supporters? We could do like a knockout round tournament, right? So we could, if we get 32 designs or whatever, we could just put them in a bracket and just let the people vote. And let's just.
That sounds like a March thing right there already. We should just pin it down for that.
Or we could put Johan in goal and it'd just be a PK shootout. There we go.
Oh yeah.
Perfect. All right. So you guys got to rally the troops and see how many graphic designers and whatnot we got in the fan group. And I guess they could submit multiple, you know, doesn't necessarily have to be one per person, I guess, but we can get that started for sure.
And whoever has like 4 season tickets has like automatic priority. So, you know, I'm not trying to say I have priority.
That's not a bad idea. You get as many votes as you have season tickets. How about that?
That sounds like a good idea. That sounds like a good idea.
All right.
Well, Mario says it's going to be AI generated. That's what he's.
Hey, don't be
Chat GPT and like.
Don't be stealing my ideas. And if I'm gonna have Kevin work on them, you know, that'd be great. But the last question, I think, and then we should call it good. And everybody's been asking for this question. Stadium. I know Shadow Wolf asked. I know a couple of guys at 83 United did as well. Now this is the big question for everybody. When can we hear some news? Is there going to be a time frame? I know you just talked about it. Hopefully in 5 years, we're going to have a 8 or more 1,000 seat stadium. But if you want to kind of talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah. So we've got 3 primary sites identified, shortlisted that we're, you know, basically running full decks on, right? So calculating the land costs, the construction costs for the 3 different locations. And we have a good amount of the funding identified and secured. We just need to, do the full due diligence on what that shortfall is and go out and raise a little more money to, make it a reality. So we're working hard to get that, make progress by the end of the year. So hopefully, in early 26, before then you should see some more announcements. So, the ball is certainly rolling in the right direction, but I can tell you that we've got 3 good locations identified in and around downtown. And, that's the focus, is to, have a stadium development in and around downtown. So we don't want to necessarily move to South Tulsa. We want to keep it, in the general area where it is today. So
sounds good.
Just takes a little bit of time. Takes time to go do all
yeah,
the boxes are checked, all the ducks in a row.
Yep, exactly. So,
and my last question, and this is a personal question for me. We are having the 918 Brigade tailgate, and it's going to be Luchador contest night. We were wondering. I know you're a busy man. I know last Saturday, I saw you at the ticket office, and I was like, this guy's never going to have a chance, but we need somebody to kind of judge. We need a judge for it, and we were wondering, would you and maybe your brothers want to come out and kind of judge who has the best costume?
Yeah. Is this the 11th? This is this game?
Yes.
So unfortunately, we're celebrating my dad's 75th birthday celebration in Georgia. So this is the only home game I've missed in I think forever. So unfortunately, I will not be there. I got off the plane. I almost missed another one this year. I was flying back from Australia, visiting my mom down there, and I landed at like halftime and came straight to the stadium, jet lagged, and saw the end of the game. But yeah, so unfortunately, I will not be there this Saturday. But it sounds like a great time. And how did Jorge do on the chili eating contest judging?
They would have to tell you, I came in late to that match.
Okay.
I was late to the tailgate, but I think he did just fine. Jorge's a great guy. We all love Jorge.
Perfect.
So I was glad to see him at the stadium. But before Mario lets you go, we got to pump up something. We got something coming up November 1st. Home playoffs.
Home playoffs, baby. Let's go.
First time in club history we're gonna have a home playoff game. How excited are you? I know me and Mario, we're ecstatic through the roof. We had a conversation today. Said, man, it feels good not to have to be looking at the standings every day to be like
sweating it out. Yeah,
sweating. Yeah. So how do you feel?
Well, I feel like we're still. I want to clinch number 1 seed, right? So,
You're right.
there's a race there. So if we, Sacramento is a good squad, and New Mexico are charging, right? So. There's still some drama to be had for the last couple of weeks. And, obviously if we can secure the number 1 seed, then we can get home field throughout the playoffs, right? Which would be, an amazing experience. So, that's our goal right now. So we need to just keep winning, and we can control our own destiny. And the good news is that we're already, we clinched that first home game. So we've already sent out a bunch of emails to partners and big groups to try and, fill the stands. So, we're excited to, it's going to be the biggest crowd of our season. And we're pushing for a sellout. So, more details to come on that. So if you don't have tickets yet, make sure they're on sale. So we put them on sale right after the game last night. So of course, season ticket members have first priority to their seats. And so, make sure reach out to your ticket rep or tickets at fctulsa.com. Make sure you get those seats secured, because we'll be releasing the rest of those to the public shortly. So
awesome. Yeah. Well, David, do you have any more further questions?
I'm good.
Like we said to you earlier, Ryan, thank you so much for taking some time tonight with us. Also, thank you so much for everything you've done. I really mean it. Once we're in the playoffs, if we have a victorious victory, I would love to see you out there in the supporter section, getting crazy, throwing stuff, after the game, of course, but, just having a great time with us. The supporters will love to see you out there. Thank you so much for everything you've done, and again, thank you so much for taking some time to be on here with us.
Yes.
Yeah. And
Thank you so much.
More details to come on the. So we're planning a watch party at Oktoberfest for the game on the 18th, right? So we have an away game right on the 18th. So hopefully, Mario, I've seen you there in years past, so we can get together in the Cabin Boys tent and watch our road game, and hopefully then we can clinch the #1 seed. That'd be great.
That and some Shosky's, I'll be fine. That'll be a great night.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Thank you, Ryan, for being on.
All right. Cheers, guys. Appreciate what you're doing.
No problem. You take care. You have a great night, Ryan.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
Bye. Man, that was awesome. I'm not sure how long, that I've been wanting to have him on, him or his brothers or all three of them at the same time. But it is awesome, to have Ryan take some time, give us a couple some spicy shots right there, giving us about the stadium and what they're doing over there at Ascension. I was like, man, you gotta warn me. I gotta do the hot take button over here,
Yeah, I just remember the first when they bought the team, mid-season, 2019. Remember our supporter section was over in the Budweiser Terrace. Remember they stuck us over there.
Yeah,
I remember the first game him and his brothers came over there and they just said all game talked with us. Just like, hey, what would you guys like to see? What's important to you guys? What's this and that? Great conversations. I feel like I see Ryan working every place in that stadium, handing out giveaway T-shirts or just helping. It's just awesome to see ownership like that. We didn't have that back when Bob Funk and the Hubbards owned it. It was, like I said, we felt like a stepchild a little bit there, but having him and his brothers, awesome. This is no lip service. I used to be worried about the team folding. I really did. I travel almost an hour to every game and an hour back home. And it just felt like I had that feeling pit of my stomach. Like, man, I don't know if this is going to continue. Since the Crafts took over, I haven't had that feeling. It's awesome to have that much support and ownership and to keep this going and know that they have a plan for the future. So it's great to have. Great feeling to have.
Real quick before we start going on our stuff that we're talking about, I got a couple things. One, the Drillers and also the Bob Funk, mostly they didn't care. Personally, the only person that I ever seen that ever cared was Brian Carroll. That man, he did so much for me, helped me out with tickets. Also, he was a great guy, great resource for help. So I always want to be thankful for him, for everything he's done, even though he worked for the Drillers and he still does. He's done so much for me. I actually saw him before I left last game, and he still remembers me. He's like, "Hey Mario, what's going on?" And I didn't want to tell him what I was really feeling because I was feeling sick as a dog that night. But he's a great guy, and I wish one day maybe FC Tulsa can just pick him up because he's a great guy. Second, and I'm hoping I'm not forgetting it, so I'm going to go ahead and skip my comment, and go to what Ewan said. 8,000 seat stadium. Wow. I can't wait to see something like that. I hope it can be flipped and maybe add some more, maybe hopefully 7,000 more seats on that stadium. So, but it is what it is. And 8,000, I'll take 8,000 any time of the day. Anytime.
And who knows that I think they're actively working with USSF to, adjust D1 regulations. So, I mean, it might go down to 8,000. It might go down to 7,500. We don't know. Not privy to those meetings. Don't know if I want to be privy to those meetings. So
I definitely want to be when they're asking for bills for those meetings. So, Well, cool. Well, I can't remember. Oh yeah, the last one that I did. I just remember now. I think it was 2019. That winter season was over and everything like that, and we went out to Oktoberfest. And I didn't want to remind Ryan. I think it was me, Angela Porter, and Angela, my fiance. I'm gonna say it right this time. We went and had some shot skis. Um, Angela just came around the corner and was like, "Come on, Mario, let's go get a couple, let's take a couple shots." And I was like, "All right." And then I see Ryan over there. I'm not sure if JW was there or not, but Ryan was there, and we all just took a shot together.
And
I was like, you can't take that away from me, sir. Josh,
we
get
we
on. You're
we
done. We're done. I
we,
told you.
we invented the shot skis at NSU in 2002. So come on now.
And no, I think he's partaken a little bit. He went to Notre Dame, and I did not know that he was a two-time Oklahoma high school tennis champion. That part
Yeah.
I didn't really realize that, but good on him.
So Josh is asking for the link. I forwarded him the link, so maybe he'll be on soon.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay,
Well,
let's go. We're an hour in. Let's start talking USL. Um, you know, big news. Jägermeister Cup concluded, and the team, Jägermeister Cup concluded, and the team that you know I thought had no chance in it won it. So congratulations, Hartford Athletic, 1-0 victory over Sacramento in Sacramento. So yeah, there we go. There's they get a piece of hardware. Josh, check the chat group for the link, bud. Okay. Yeah. So how do you feel about Hartford winning the Jägermeister Cup?
good on them. I mean, what can I say? Hopefully, what's up,
There he
Josh?
is.
You're finally back on.
Uh,
Take that ugly hat off, man. Come on.
But look at that nice shirt. Look at that nice shirt.
That is a nice shirt. But going back on your question, David, about how I feel about Hartford winning it, you know, I'm still a little bitter from our matchup that we had last with Hartford. So not happy with them, but hey, kudos on them. You know, they beat Sacramento. Hopefully, beat up on them a little bit. So on their next match, they can lose and we can win. And then we can wrap up the first place. But it is what it is.
Josh talking about the Jägermeister Cup. I know you watched it.
don't care.
Don't? Wow. Okay. Josh is like,
Stupid competition. Stupid trophy. Stupid everything. I hate Hartford. Boo them.
man, I thought Josh had buddies over at Hartford. And I
That's
guess
what I did
he's
too. Someone got blocked.
True.
had some sort of breakup there. There you go. That's well. Let's continue on. Let's look at that power rankings. Power rankings came out today, and some team from northeastern Oklahoma moved up a couple spots. And look at that man right there, Boubacar Diallo. Look at that guy. You know,
That man
great
right
pitcher.
there. He, the stuff that he does. I mean, well, his assist was amazing, but no, wait, it wasn't an assist. It was
Yeah.
that pass to get the
red card?
the red card. Yep, happened. But man, the stuff that he does, it's not on stat books or anything like that. But he does so much defensively, clogging up that middle. That man, the best player I think that we've ever. I might want to say CDM role style player that we have ever had, probably.
I will say this right now, team MVP for me. It's I love Taylor Calhera. He's had a great scoring season, but that man right there, Boubacar Diallo, probably my team MVP right now. Right now, it could change because we still got 3 games left, and Jamie Weber's picking it up. He's looking great out there.
Or just a little bit. Jamie Weber, just a little bit,
Lamar Batista's back and healthy, and AB's been a defensive rock all year. So. But
The whole team's just really good.
You think it should be like a team? The whole team gets MVP this year. Is that what you want, Josh?
Yeah.
I would love to see 4 people on the the team of the week.
Yeah.
But
Could be. But toss up a couple spots to third. Louisville still holding down the top spot. Hartford, they're hot. So there you go. Hartford, number 2 spot. New Mexico, hot as well. In the 4th spot. Charleston moved down a couple spots to 5. Sacramento, they're at 6. El Paso in 7th. North Carolina, who clinched the playoffs in 8th. Rhode Island in 9th. And Pittsburgh in 10th. That Rhode Island ranking kind of surprises me a little bit. I don't.
They went up 6 spots for beating a Vegas team.
Well, beating a Vegas team. I mean, you got to throw up the air quotes on that because
They beat them fair and square.
that was a big news. They were
don't say the F word, please, because
they were
I'm
technically
still
handed a forfeit.
there we go. Now I got to go back to therapy for that word right there.
It's happened to us before. We've been there.
That's exactly why I didn't want to hear that word.
No. Our situation was different. Paris G was a brand new player who was not rostered yet, approved by the federation or whatnot, the league. Von Koval was an actual Las Vegas player, has been there since the last year, and their front office staff, coaching staff did not put him on the match day sheet. And so we earned his team a forfeit. So yeah.
It's not like they were going to win anyways. They suck.
But I said Stefan's goal. Come on,
Who?
Oh,
I guess you can say the same thing about that goal. What? What
Who?
goal?
What goal? I didn't see no goal.
It gets scrubbed from history. There you go. There's this week 31 scores. On Wednesday, El Paso knocked off Oakland 3-1. Birmingham and North Carolina drew 1-1. Sacramento defeated OC 2-1. Which was kind of sad. That one we talked about that game last podcast. Saturday, Detroit defeated North Carolina 2-0, but still North Carolina clinched a playoff spot. So congratulations, North Carolina. Loudoun loses to Birmingham 1-0. Miami with a big win over Lily Ball 3-1. Louisville wins LIP AFC 2-0. Tampa Bay, looky there, 4-0 over Monterey. Colorado Springs defeated our next opponent, San Antonio, 1-0. FC Tulsa defeated Lexington 3-0. Orange County, El Paso drew. El Paso clinches playoffs. No, I don't.
New Mexico, I think, is the only other team.
New Mexico, yeah.
Josh is 100% correct. Phoenix loses to New Mexico 1-0 to tighten that playoff line. And on Sunday, Rhode Island technically defeats Las Vegas 3-1. So
3-0,
okay.
But
yeah, it's 3-0 now because all those stats from that game have been scrubbed from the record book.
Yeah.
Take us to the East standings there, Mario.
I'll do.
There you go. Playoff lines right there between Rhode Island and Indy. Detroit still hovering above there. Tampa Bay lurking in the shadows with 3 games remaining. As you see, Louisville, Charleston, North Carolina all have clinched playoffs. Loudon should be up next to clinch. And I'm going to go ahead and pretty much say Hartford's a lock for the playoffs as well.
Hartford has a possibility of making it to be a home playoff team.
Yeah, they could catapult all the way up to 3rd. They got 12 points still up for grabs. But I don't know if you see that, but there's 2 little E's there towards the bottom of the table. Miami and Birmingham both have been eliminated from playoff contention.
Birmingham.
Yeah. So that Birmingham squad, let's take a second to talk Birmingham. I think it's going to be a total rebuild this year. They already got rid of Tom Sohn, the legendary coach, the only coach they've had in their history. They've already got rid of him. I think it's going to be a total rebuild there. I think Matt Van Oekel, longtime goalkeeper there. I don't think he'll be back. I don't think Enzo will be back. I think it's going to be a total rebuild there. Maybe Dama stays. Maybe he goes. That would be an awesome pickup for any team. We've already seen Danny Trejo be shipped out. We thought it was going to be just a dominant duo up top, and it just never happened. Josh, how do you feel about good old Birmingham?
I think this is a big disappointment for them, considering the talent that they brought in and the hype that they had. I mean, you Danny Trejo and like you said, Damas. I don't know if that's actually how you say it, but you have that pairing up top. You expect a lot of goals, and I feel like they were let down majorly. And obviously, they still have Enzo, the biggest baby in the league, but still,
He's only the biggest baby if he's playing against you. He's one of those guys that you love to have on your team.
yeah.
Playing against him.
You're definitely right. I would love to have him in our midfield, but actually, I don't. I really like our midfield. Actually,
I do too. I
don't think there is a
midfield
single USL Championship player right now that I would exchange for anybody in our midfield.
high praise right there from Josh Herman. High praise.
That's even when Serrato is healthy. I think it's very hard right now to bench Gio. Sorry.
Let's swing over to the Western Conference. You got the three up top there. Clinched playoffs. Got that little X by their names. Tulsa, 50 points. Sacramento, 44. We own the tiebreaker against Sacramento too, so that's very important. New Mexico clinched. They're in third. Then you got San Antonio and El Paso. Battling for that fourth spot, 37 points apiece. Lexington, 35. Colorado Springs has jumped up to the seventh spot. Phoenix at 33. I really think this is going to be a two-dog race for the eighth and final spot between Phoenix and Orange County. Oakland still has 4 games to play too. So, I mean, don't count out Oakland yet, but they got some work to do.
I'm hoping personally that if we do end up finishing first, I'm hoping Lexington somehow slide down to that 8th spot. I really don't want to play Colorado. I would be okay with Phoenix, but I'd be a little bit nervous. But I'm hoping Lexington somehow slip on down to that 8th spot.
I think me and Mario were in agreement earlier today. Bring them all on.
Yep.
And how many times in the history of FC Tulsa Renegades have we felt like that? Bring them all on. Let's go.
Especially at home.
Colorado Springs scares me, man. Them and Indy. Obviously, Indy's not in our conference, but them and Indy are like the only 2 teams that have really had our number.
All right, so we're gonna take off that graphic, and with the win against Lexington on Saturday, we can say that officially.
Finally, home playoff clinched. Look at that.
There we go.
Look at that beauty right there.
It's very beautiful.
Brings a tear to my eye.
For goal of the week for week 31, Jamie Weber is up as a candidate. So everybody get on USLchampionship.com and vote for Jamie Weber. Last time I checked, he had a pretty good lead. Let's see. I'm gonna go vote right now and see what that lead is. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Let's see. Right now, Jamie Weber's got 47%. Charles All Pittsburgh is second with 21%. But hey, everybody, FC Tulsa fans, go vote for Jamie Weber. That was a worldie. That was a good golazo. Good. So there we go. Go for Jamie.
Are we on FC Tulsa Talk now?
We are about to switch to FC Tulsa Talk. Let's go with it. Go for it.
All right.
Well, we had a game Saturday. We had a game Saturday at One Oak Field. First time we had a game in 3 weeks. We hosted Lexington SC. Defeated them 3-0. Lexington got a red card early in that game in the 37th minute when Logan Ketterer took down Taylor Calhera just right outside the box. I thought it was a pretty competitive game up until then. I felt comfortable the way our team was playing. Mario had to run off. He got sick, so we had to excuse him from that. But Josh was there. Josh was cheering his heart out. He took your spot. He bought peanuts for the whole crowd. It was good.
I sure did.
He did.
With his wiener hat.
I got the wiener hat back.
There you go. Well, so after all the little break between Ketterer getting the red card, walking off the field, and Brooks Thompson warming up, getting put in goal, Jamie Weber lined up with Gio Coley. I think Gio faked it. Jamie stepped up and knocked it into the back of the net, right outside the box. Golazo. We'll take it 1-0, and that's all. That's all we needed. That's all we needed. But that's not all we took, because in the 65th minute, Gio Coley put in a great goal. That was a Alex Delu on that goal right there. Won it up the sideline, got around that right back, and drove it all the way to the corner or to almost to the end line, cut it up. You know, I was like, Taylor was right there. It was like, oh, Taylor missed it, but then there was Gio, and Gio just put it in just as cold as could be into the back of the net. Great
Props
goal.
to
Great
Alex.
goal.
That was amazing.
This is just so beautiful. I'm about to cry because you guys are talking so good about Alex right now. So
Hey,
It was he
Alex
deserves
played
it.
his Alex played his hard out in that game. And then in the 88th minute, Jamie Weber put in another one to give him a brace on the night.
He wanted a hat
And
trick really bad. You could tell.
He did. And so FC Tulsa wins 3-0. Statistically wise, Lexington held possession 56 to 44%, but we had 16 total shots compared to their 4. 5 of those were on goal. They had 2 on target. We had 2 debuts for FC Tulsa. Tyler Derrick in goal, as Johan's still dealing with a lower leg injury, but he was back on the bench, so that was great. And then Ian Carlos Souza, who is a newly announced defender, made his debut as well. And you know, he only got in for stoppage time basically, but he wanted to play. I don't know if you noticed that, Josh, but
He was bumping people off the ball. He was
he
ready.
It was nice to see. It was nice to see. So welcome to Tulsa, Tyler Derrick and Ian Carlos Souza. Tyler Derrick, 1 game, 1 clean sheet for FC Tulsa. I mean, we knew he was a veteran goalkeeper. We knew he was a veteran goalkeeper. He quality veteran goalkeeper, and he came in and got a clean sheet for us. So we will take that all day long for FC Tulsa. Josh, from inside the stadium perspective, and then I'll go to you, Mario. How did you feel about that Lexington game?
I think that was our best game of the season right there. It was like straight from the start. I knew we were gonna win. The intensity was there. The press was there. We was just straight domination, and then the red card. It was just kind of like the icing on the cake. Is that's what put them in their coffin. But that was one of the funnest games at One Oak. One of the best games the boys have played. It was just a fantastic all around. Midfield was amazing. Jamie Weber was amazing per usual. It's what you got to expect from a guy like him. And you know, it was just a fun night at One Oak, getting to clinch the home playoff game. Just a great night at One Oak, man.
Mario, after you got home and you got to review the game, how did you feel about it?
So when I got home, I watched bits and pieces. But the next following morning, when I woke up and I was a little bit more feeling better, I got to watch the whole entire game. I have to agree with Josh. We were really attacking at first half. You know, the red card helped a little bit. But one thing that really impressed me, there's a couple matches before that we had a man advantage, and it wasn't dominating. It was just, okay, we're leading. We have a player, one more player. I think we could have scored maybe 2 or 3 more goals in the last 15 minutes. They were tired. I mean, Alex was running all over the place. Lukic was running all over the place. I mean, our attacking front was just doing great. Don't want to harp on it again, but Diallo played amazing. Weber, I mean, that fake with his right, routed to his left. I'm not sure which one would have been a better goal of the week nominee. I'm still stuck on that between Weber's banger from a set piece or that fake out made that player do like a 360 and then kick it with his left. That was just amazing. And Alex DeLu, man, that man is great. But yeah, it was a very dominating game, and happy to see the team celebrating. The bummer that I wasn't there celebrating too, because I think it would have been awesome. But next game will be better.
So I'm gonna bring up 2 names, and I thought they played their hearts out. One of them was Lucas Stauffer. The guy seemed to be possessed, and he wanted to prove against Lexington that you shouldn't have got rid of him.
I forgot they got rid of him. I forgot about that.
So good kudos to Lucas Stauffer. And then I will throw out a shout out to Lexington. Blaine Ferry. I've never seen him play like that for us. the man was intense. He was his passes was crisp, and he seemed to be all over the field. So
It looked like Epps took it easy on us.
That's because he cut his hair. I mean, that's not.
Yeah, when I was watching it on Sunday, I was like, wait, which one's Epps again? Because I couldn't tell. He cut his hair and he looked totally different. And also, do got to give another shout out. I saw him when I first got in the stadium, but I couldn't talk to him, and then I left early. But Jim Tyndall, great guy. I know you guys don't really communicate with him a lot, but I do. Great Tolson, one of the first Chelsea fans that I met here in town. Now he's working with Lexington. He's a great guy, and I hope to get to see him in the near future.
So, all right. So, great game against Lexington. So that is awesome. So it's great to get 3 points, clinched home field. But let's move on to what's happening this Saturday night. We have another home game. This Saturday night. We take on San Antonio FC. 7 o'clock at One Oak Field, October 11th. It's going to be Taste of Tulsa night. I guess for just $25, fans can enjoy unlimited beer tasting from local breweries, plus a midfield terrace ticket to get you all in mid-match day action. Taps open at 5:30 and pour until 8, making this a perfect pregame party with the best view in Tulsa. But hey, we're going to have another pregame party there at One Oak Field, just right outside the stands, outside the stadium. It's going to be, Mario, just see, we think too many, thinking line. The 918 Brigade will be taking over the tailgate there on the corner of Archer and Elgin, starting at 5 p.m. Carlos will be cooking some delicious food. We'll have some free drink, and it's close to Halloween. We're gonna do it. It's gonna be the luchador theme. So come out in your best luchador mask contest.
I know why Josh left now.
He's gonna get his mask on.
He's gonna not give people anticipation of what he's gonna wear. He's gonna show it off.
So we're gonna have a luchador mask contest. I have a special prize for this. I had an extra jersey laying around from the old it's a Crybaby Hill jersey. I got Johan's Pinaronda to sign it at the game, and we're gonna give that away for the best luchador mask. So if you got a luchador mask, you want to come partake, please join us at the tailgate, and we will. Oh, there's El Gringo himself.
Oh God.
Oh. Oh, the Gringos.
Oh yeah, brother.
I don't know if he's a turkey or a chicken or what. He's the golden.
He's a golden scissor tail.
There you go. Yeah,
that's what it is.
That's what it is.
Well, but like David was saying, there's going to be plenty of food. Carlos is going to be cooking. I'm trying to see if I can find a good DJ to come and DJ it up for us.
I might dig the cornhole, my FC Tulsa cornhole boards out and bring them too. So
also, we might have some other great prizings too. I got a couple tickets for main event, a couple other good prizes. We're going to play some good games, and there might be a couple piñatas, maybe with a picture of San Antonio on there for some people that need some energy or some reason to hit the living stuff out of a piñata. So
I'm gonna take this banner off because you got to see something. Where is that banner at? Take that banner off, Mario.
Yeah,
there it is. Because hey, drink at your own risk. You took the drink at your own risk. Okay, guys, drink at your own risk.
Yes,
we got. If you know, you know.
Mostly 918 Brigade tailgates are legendary for multiple reasons, but one of the reasons we like to let loose and drink a little bit, and
a little bit.
Somebody that's below me on the camera feed over here that might be smoking a cigar might be passing out a couple scotch, a couple whiskey drinks and stuff like that. And well, us normal people, we don't have that kind of that drinkable, a stomach and stuff like that. But there's going to be plenty of water, plenty of juice. There's going to be stuff for kids, adults,
sodas,
sodas and stuff like that. So please come out and join us. We're trying to have a big tailgate. Like I said, 918 Brigade always does it great, and we're gonna try to have fun. And hopefully this time we won't have to cart somebody out. in the stadium or out of the stadium. But
Yeah. Hopefully, all of us make it into the stadium.
yes,
Yeah. So yeah, let's fill up One Oak. We always say that because we mean it. We want as many people in there enjoying the game as possible. It just makes for a better time all around. We get it that other stuff's going on in town, especially like with the fairs going on. I don't know if the fair's still going. I don't know. I don't go to the fair, so I don't know if that's going on. But come out to One Oak, San Antonio. Let's talk a little bit about San Antonio. Mario, they're in 4th place right now in the West.
yep.
So, it's always been a competitive match between us and San Antonio. They just recently re-signed Santiago Patino, very talented striker for front. They got Juan Aguadelo. The guy we got to watch out for is Jorge Hernandez. He's got 4 goals and 12 assists on the year. The man is a deadly on-ball player. He's a good midfielder. Got to be able to stop him. I think we got to dirty up the game against him, especially. A couple of FC Tulsa faces, Alexis Sawahi and Diego Pacheco. I don't know if Pacheco is still injured. Yeah, he was injured. He got injured a couple games ago. I don't know if he's still injured for them, but great players. They got a great back line. Mitchell Tainer, Alex Cronali. Let's see. The head-to-head record is, we played 20 games against them in the USL Championship. 6 wins for FC Tulsa, 6 draws, and 8 wins for San Antonio FC. A lot of those wins have came in the FC Tulsa era for FC Tulsa. A lot of the San Antonio wins came in the Tulsa Roughnecks era for San Antonio. So been a lot more competitive since the Crafts took over and we've become FC Tulsa. So, fellas, how do you feel about going into this match with San Antonio? All joking aside and all happiness aside.
Confident.
Right now, for me, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go, Josh. Go.
I have no reason to believe that we're going to struggle, but who knows? I think we can beat anybody in the league right now. My confidence with this team's at an all-time high.
Not saying much. No, but seriously, without joking around, I'm with Josh. I think whoever you can put on the field, especially at One Oak, we're gonna give them a competitive match, and I have a feeling that we'll come out victorious. They got a couple of our ex-players, but we've replaced them all, and I think we will come out on top and enjoy our home first place clinch playoff. But yeah, that's what I got.
So in the last 5 games, FC Tulsa's 3-1-1 against San Antonio. We haven't lost to San Antonio since June of 2022. The last match was in May 28th when we went down to San Antonio. We drew 1-1 with them. So, let's definitely want to get a W here because that will bring us closer to clinching first place. I mean, it is what it is right now. It's a tight duel between us and Sacramento. They've got a game in hand, but we got the tiebreaker. So what better way to ensure our future than going out there and getting a W?
No.
I mean, so.
When's the earliest we can clinch home field advantage? Do you know?
So I think, man, don't get me lying. We got a 6-point lead on Sacramento right now. They've got a game in hand. If we finish even with them in the year, we clinch first place. They've got 4 games. We got 3 games. So I'm thinking it could come down to the last game of the season.
Let's hope they drop some points.
Mm-hmm. Very much so. That's what I was pretty downhearted after that Orange County Sacramento game because they came back and won that game. So, all right, boys, that's the San Antonio game. We briefly mentioned it. We do have a couple new players on the team. Tyler Derrick, formerly of Memphis 901. came in as an emergency goalkeeper replacement, and he was on the bench for the Indy game, and he started this game. Then we also brought in another player. His name is Ian Carlos Souza. He was actually signed before the roster freeze, so he should be available for selection if we make during the playoffs. He's a Brazilian. He's a defender. Most recently played in the Serie B in Brazil. So, we got to see him in action for a few minutes on Saturday, and he looked good. He was all over the field. I think they brought him in for Coley, and he kind of played that center defensive mid, but he got all the way upfield, and he was causing chaos for Lexington. So,
yeah.
All right. Let's see. That's pretty much all the news I got for 83 or for FC Tulsa. We do have a little 83 United news. There we go. Board meeting is tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Nothing Left Brewing Company, 1502 East 6th Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Everybody's welcome to it. If you want to get out there and get your voice heard, the best way to do it, join the supporters groups, come talk to us, come supporter section, join the FC Tulsa Talk on Facebook, get on the subreddit, FC Tulsa subreddit, get in there and get the conversations going. That the best way to, you want to talk about FC Tulsa, talk about it. That's the best way to do it. So, that's how we started. I mean, we wanted to do a podcast that covered FC Tulsa, and that's what we started, 4 years ago?
Yeah.
And we love this team, and we want everybody to love this team, especially here in northeastern Oklahoma. So, you got any local soccer talk?
No. The only local soccer talk I have about that winning streak that those Wagner Bulldogs are doing, but I think you can cover that one.
And we had 2 games this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. We defeated a really tough Coweta team, 5-0. In U10 action, and then we played another Wagner team on Sunday, and they called Mercy rolled 11-1, but I think the final score was 16-2.
Gosh,
yeah. I don't want to toot their own horns, but we played 2-on-7 for basically the second half of the game. So, we got a plus 50 goal differential in 6 games, so really happy about that. So looking forward. We got a tough game against Fort Gibson on Saturday, so we're gonna bring it then. So go Wagner Bulldogs.
I actually got one more local news to talk about. Tulsa FC Channel Cats, they're having tryouts in 1 week. So mark your calendar, October 12th from 4 to 6 at St. John's Sportsplex. Tryout fees are $60 for half registers for this SSSL players.
And this is gonna be for the indoor team, right?
For the indoor team, yes.
Okay.
I've heard that actually for the MASLW. I'm not sure if you guys heard about that one team that played in that little tournament, the 3v or was it 4v4, the Certified Lions. They're actually going to be having a women's team that's going to join the league as well in Oklahoma City. But Tulsa FC is going to have their indoor team, I think, for a second season in a row. So if you're a player, you want to go play, show off your talents, and also rep Tulsa to the fullest, go out. This year we're going to try to go to a couple games and go watch them a little bit more than what we did last year, because we enjoyed every single time that we got to go up there, and it was a fun time, the DJs and all that. And it's going to be.
I think we need to make this. I think we need to make this happen at one of their games.
Oh my God, we want their players to play good, Well, but that's all I got. Do me a favor, if you have any questions, anything like that, check them out on Facebook, Tulsa FC Channel Cats, and they'll give you all the information there. But go Channel Cats as well.
All right. Well, if there's no other local news or any other talk you guys want to talk about, you guys ready to transition to the final segment of the show? Boom. Josh, since you're late to the party, you get to start off hot takes.
I have none. I have not thought about any. I apologize.
Wow.
Real quick, guys. Thank you, Scissor Tail Shirts, for reminding me. The Mayor's Cup's tomorrow between ORU and Tulsa. That's going to be a good match. I think both teams are coming back from losses, if I can remember right. I know Tulsa, I think, lost to Memphis, and then the ORU team lost to somebody. I forget who it was, but it's going to be a good match. Tulsa Cup, Tulsa's Mayor Cup. It's always a good time. See local players, local colleges duke it out. But we'll find some more information. We'll post it on our social media so people can go out and watch both teams play against each other. So check that out. David, do you got a hot take?
I think doesn't Amir Membrilla still play for University of Tulsa?
Yep.
So former FC Tulsa alumni, and I think that Jacob, the goalkeeper for Tulsa Athletic, plays for ORU, if I'm not mistaken. So
probably.
So yeah, there you go. So it's local connections to semi-pro teams and professional teams here in Tulsa this weekend. So yeah, let's banner still up there. Hot take. So yeah, hot take number 1. Go ahead, Mario. Gloat from Saturday.
Oh, Chelsea 3-1. I mean, not 3-1. Excuse me, 2-1 against. Oh, Liverpool. Oh, Josh, he's blanking it. Okay, 2-1. That match kind of got me nervous. I thought we were dominating at first. I came back, got to win it. But this is the hot takes. This isn't.
If it's something stupid like, will Chelsea win the league?
We will win the league. We will win the league.
Okay.
But David, this is hot takes. I got a really good. So go ahead.
Okay. Hot take number 2. Who's more likely to make Champions League next year, Chelsea or Man City?
Chelsea.
Are we serious?
Chelsea.
Are we serious?
We're finding rhythm.
That's a silly question.
Hot take number 3. Who's going to have more charges against them, Chelsea or City, before it's all said and done with?
Of course.
There you go.
Of course, City. Of course, City.
Josh ain't even talking. He's just like, yep. Okay. Go ahead, Mario.
All right. This isn't a hot take, but I normally don't do this, but I have to. We always give them stick. We always give them hell on here. We talk about them. But I want to be the first one on the podcast. So congratulations to Todd Herman. The man is going to be married here in a couple weeks. And I want to give him a big shout out and congratulate him and Dawn Summers on their wedding information, on Josh's new stepmom. But, you know, I'm glad I got to meet her. She's great people. Todd, congratulations from me and the rest of the guys here, 918 Brigade. I hope you're ready for the Saturday because we're going to kind of – this was supposed to be a 918 Brigade, but now it's your engagement party. So better be ready to drink up, buddy, because we are going to drink up. But congratulations, Todd.
All right. Well, fellas, Josh, hot take. Got anything?
I'm good. I'm good.
He's keeping the words of excitement inside. I can tell in his face.
Definitely.
Well, Mario, go with your ending, Mario.
All right. Well, thank you again, Ryan Kraft, for being on. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much for taking some time. Thank you for everything you've done, you and your brothers, and the front office, the coaching staff, and the players. We really appreciate it. Without you guys, I don't know what I would be doing on Saturdays and Sunday nights other than pulling my hair out or also chanting like crazy. But thank you all so much. Josh, David, thank you so much for being on also. Really appreciate it. Without you both, I think I'd be going crazy myself too. I really appreciate all. If y'all could do me a favor, share this, like it, retweet it, subscribe on YouTube. We're gonna be doing some more content in the future. Hopefully, maybe one of these games pre-game we might do a live recording.
Yes.
Might even do halftime like I've done before. Just a little review of how the game's gone so far. But do me a favor, check it out. Anybody interested in joining 83 United? It's $10. You can be in the Discord. You can be in their, chant sheet, lyric thing. Always welcome to come and join them. 908 Brigade's always welcoming for new members. We don't charge a fee. The only thing that matters for us is your voice, and just enjoy to have fun, because that's all it's all about for us anyways. We do this for love and passion. We don't care for the money. Do me a favor, do come out and check out Carlos's cooking, because it's amazing. It's carne asadas. He's going to be having al pastor, like I said, carne asada. We're going to be having some pico de gallo, some other side dishes, food, drinks, games. What can you ask for? What? Oh, also, SC Tulsa's playing. I mean, amazing. Well, guys, I say I'm being rushed to get this done, but thank y'all. And like always, vamos Tulsa.
Vamos
Tulsa.
Tulsa.
I caught the Glock, mama oldest acting like he grown. Now peep the logic. I got a heap of problems. A mathematician, you see, I gotta keep it honest. I'm past offensive. From my childhood, I force you to forfeit. Turn snitch a crossover, source work for corporate. The hardship is not marked for fake artists barking. The artsy astrologist, a start to your rocket ship. Soon as I change styles, the moment that y'all pocket it. And prophets' eyes, prophesize giant size dollar clips for blessings. And ain't no way contested for us outsiders charging 20 G's a session.
Forward and I can't go back. Lessons that I went through, put some questions on my mental. Forward and I can't go back. The stress that I've been through, I left that in the rear view. Forward and I can't go back. Lessons that I went through, put some questions on my mental. Forward and I can't go back. The stress that I've been through, I left that in the rear view.
Yeah, outsiders in the costume.